For Team Meteorologist Jacob Woods is back again with another look at the forecast. And Jacob, I think we should go out there while we can.
Yeah, I was driving around today and even heard a lot of Little League tournaments going on, softball, baseball tournaments. So it was beautiful weather for that. Much cooler today than it was yesterday. But yes, I'm sure many of the kids took advantage of that nice weather this weekend and got outside and enjoyed it. Here's a live look from our Hoover Hyatt Regency camera, holding on to 54 degrees right now. Those winds much lighter today than they were yesterday as well. But that's going to quickly change as we go into the Tuesday and Wednesday time frame. Strong gradient winds. What does that mean? Well, essentially wind is created from a difference in pressure. We're going to have a very stark difference in pressure from high to low just to our north. It's going to lead to 45 to even 60 mile per hour wind gusts outside of any storms and rain. So typically a windy day here is winds from 20 to 30 miles per hour. We're doubling that in some cases going into Tuesday evening. And then Tuesday night, a line of storms will push through, and that will bring the risk for strong to severe weather in the form of some damaging winds and maybe even a few tornadoes. Until then, we still have at least a nice 24-hour period of quiet weather to enjoy. Satellite and radar shows we're seeing a mostly clear sky out there across central Alabama at the moment. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s across the region. We're going to fall through the 40s throughout the remainder of this evening. A partly cloudy sky developing overnight. Temperatures much cooler waking up tomorrow morning in the middle to upper 30s. So the kids will need to dress warm for the bus stop, but we're going for 65 degrees for that high temperature tomorrow afternoon. It's going to feel like spring for the commute home. And with that more arid dry air still in place, we are going to still continue to see that fire weather risk continuing even into tomorrow afternoon. Winds are still going to be much lighter, between around 5 to 15 mile per hour gust, but still we are not recommending any burning going through at least tomorrow. Then we're weather aware for Tuesday night. Damaging winds and maybe a couple of tornadoes are possible. Very heavy rain as well, with a lot of locations seeing at least an inch of rain. But we mentioned those strong gradient winds. Again, this is just the wind outside of the rain and storms. And by Tuesday evening, we could be gusting as high as 45 to even 55, 60 miles per hour in some cases. Notice it's not going to change from west to east. That zone of heavier wind really passing the entire area. So there for a few hours Tuesday evening, it's going to be extremely windy. Make sure and secure some of those loose outdoor items until then. And then we're going to be seeing those breezy conditions continuing on into Wednesday afternoon, but much lighter than it will be on Tuesday. That risk for severe weather, the bulk of it's going to be off towards our west, but still a lower threat here for central Alabama, continuing to wane as you travel further on towards the east. Futurecast shows that much of Tuesday will be dry. We'll see mostly cloudy skies and then a few showers popping up in the evening hours over west and central Alabama, but that line of storms is forecast to start to push through as we go into around 10 p.m. or so on Tuesday night for the I-65 corridor. It looks like a little bit after midnight, and then it will eventually sweep our eastern counties going into the wee hours of Wednesday morning. Now, we are looking at a limiting factor, one of those being the lack of moisture. That potentially may not be north enough to give us really that good tornado threat. I think the best chance for that will be really just off towards our west. Nonetheless, a very low risk, non-zero risk for a tornado or two, and the primary threat being those very gusty winds will dry out on Wednesday, much cooler for the second half of the week.